One, Russ Johns here. Hey, it's Russ Johns with Agency 258 and marketing ideas that work. Marian LaSalle is somewhere in the ocean on a boat for her birthday holiday. And I wanted to talk a little bit about marketing and some things that are, working. I we've been doing this show for this is the 48th episode. And then before that, we did a few other things, Future Media Association, and we've been doing programs for a week for years. And I have plenty of content, lots of content. And, getting it out there is not always easy. And so some of the things that we've been working on are how to actually use social media to build relationships. And I think I have a great example of how this actually works. So, do you want to hear it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. So I'll give you a perfect example. I'm active on LinkedIn. I'm going to take this just as a single example, and this can be used on many platforms. And you can take and develop relationships online through social media. And the way you do that is you actually start building up relationships. You comment on their posts, people's posts. You actually engage with them. When they respond, you respond back, and you start conversations. That's what happens. You start conversations. And then once you get to the point where you're having conversations, and say, for instance, you happen to be in the same physical geographic region, and then possibly there's an event, a live event. And then you attend that event and you meet them in person. And then you follow up with them. And you do this to build a relationship. That's it. And because you have a relationship, they learn about what you are capable of doing, what you love to do. And then when they need that help, or they know somebody, or they meet somebody that needs your help, then introductions start to take place. And I think the biggest mistake that we make is people think social media is a light switch that, hey, if I'm on social media and I make some friends, I should automatically make some money. And that's not the case. That's not the case. It's no different than going out networking every night, meeting people in a room, grabbing a business card, putting them in a database, and then calling them 3 weeks from now, saying, hey, I met you at a networking event. They're going, who are you? Whether in physical proximity, online, or in a coffee shop or anywhere else, the practice is the same, and people want to see it as a different process. They want to imagine that it's going to be quicker and easier and, simple and it's not. It's not. What it is, now, I'm not saying that it can't be. There are a lot of people out there selling sales funnels and automation and everything else, and I'm a huge fan of automation. And I love building funnels, and I love building systems, and I love building. We have a product called Follow Up Leads. Now, Follow Up Leads it's an incredibly valuable system. You meet somebody, you have their email, you start building a conversation, and then you build an email sequence, a drip campaign afterward to encourage them to take the next step, to have a conversation with you again, and then also, to get involved and engaged in what you're doing. Follow-up leads is a terrific system. And that kind of automation that's not bot-like automation, that's authentic, that leads you to the conclusion of, hey, let's have a conversation. I want to know you better. I want to know what you do. I want to learn more about your business. And when you can present yourself in a helpful, useful way, authentically, I like working with people that like to help people. And you can work with them on an authentic way, then it simplifies the entire process. We get this scarcity mindset and we think, okay, what business can I close today? And it always seems like that kind of process is more frustrating than any other process I've ever been involved with. I build platforms for automation, right? Agency 258, we've helped a lot of people organize their automation, creating a landing page, listing their, it starts with the landing page, their social video that says, "Hi, I'm Russ. I help you do this and this and this." And then contact me. Let's build a calendar out and connect with me, right? And then the next thing you know, you're having a conversation with somebody. And they can be anywhere. I mean, I have conversations with people all over the world. And one of the tools that I think is, for me right now, Marian likes Facebook. I've spent the last few months focusing in on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn has been a very powerful tool for me, and I'll give you an example of how that works. Is that I moved to Phoenix. I'm here living with my parents. Dad's going to be 90 this year. And let's just say he has a hard time remembering things. So I'm here to help them go to appointments, I do grocery shopping, and I have a flexible lifestyle. I've designed it that way so I could be here to help my parents. And the reality is that I still have work to do. I still have clients that need help. I still have things that I got to get out. And LinkedIn has allowed me to actually reach out to thousands of people here in the Phoenix market, people that I had not met yet. I connected with a lot of people. I had some conversations with several people, and then there was a LinkedIn local event. So I went to this LinkedIn local event with people that I had already connected with. So all of a sudden, I'm in a room full of people that I've met online that now I'm meeting for the first time in person. So I shoot some video, I connect with people, I have conversation, and all of a sudden, I have more people I'm connected with authentically in place. And now this conversation is a different conversation. It's like, how can I help you? Who can I introduce you to? What can I do? How can I help you? That's the conversation that's taking place now. It's the business conversation. They've seen who I am. They've met me in person, validated the fact that I am who I am. And we have this relationship now, this connection that it's like, hey, this person's a real person. Same thing happened in podcasting, connected with podcasters. And, I love the podcasting community and, still help podcasters. And that's the whole thing as well. Marian is a huge connector. She's so well connected in so many ways to people online. And she has all these people that she's met over the years from conferences. She likes to go to conferences. So whatever method you use, imagine that you're using social media to raise your hand, have a conversation, get to know the person, get to know the individual a little better, and then dive in, and then start building that relationship slowly. Don't try to rush it. People, the most frustrating thing I read on LinkedIn is the fact that the automation bots are, you have a connection, you accept a connection request, and the very next, within 5 minutes, hey, I've got this thing. I got this SEO company and this team of designers and engineers that are willing to help you. Do you have any projects? Come on. Really? Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Be authentic. Like I said, I'm all about automation, authentic automation, and taking the time-consuming tasks out of some of these. It's great to do that. And if you need some help or you want some help with that, send me a message. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Send me a message. I'm happy to help. Russ at Agency 258. I'm happy to help. Trust me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And if you want to schedule some time with me, here's another example. Go to bookruss.com, and that'll go to my calendar, and you can book a time that's convenient for you. You select the day, you select the time. If I'm open, I'll schedule it. If I'm not, it won't be available on the calendar. It's that simple. Build a system for yourself that works that way. And we've done that for dozens of people. So build a system that works for you and your lifestyle. And speaking of lifestyle, we have Marian's put a lot of work into this project that is called Flexible Lifestyles. FlexibleLifestyles.us. And it's about us. It's about the people that are building their flexible lifestyle, that are not in alignment with, showing up, punching a clock. They want a little more flexibility in their life, and they're designing things around that. And it can be anything. I'm working in Arizona. Last year I was working in Houston. Before that I was working in Seattle. I'm able to work almost anywhere. I need an internet connection. That's it. Maybe some food and coffee for sure. I need coffee. Yeah, coffee. And sometimes I need to sleep. My needs are simple. My needs are very simple. And I have years of experience on all these different activities. And so Marian has set up this wonderful program. We're going to have a webinar. Sign up for this webinar. Go to crowdcast.io/agency258. Sign up for the webinar, and we're going to drop some incredible value bombs into this webinar. And we're going to talk about how people are making money with very small audiences in YouTube, using Patreon, social media, and online platforms. And it's not it's not a session of, hey, buy my stuff and I'll tell you how to get rich quick. Baloney. That's not it. That's not it at all. We're going to teach you. We're going to teach you and share ideas that other people are working and doing and actually making money from. And we're not talking millionaire. We're not talking mega yachts and mansions. We're talking an extra $1,000 to get, get things done for the month, And some of these people are making a lot more. Some examples, you're making $100,000 a month, $97,000 a month. I mean, the audience, if you have 1,000 true fans and they're willing to purchase and support you and love you, and you can provide great stuff for them month after month, day after day, week after week, Imagine what your life could be like. The flexibility and the freedom that you have in your life, working on your own terms, stay-at-home mothers. Think of dads that want to go to their kids' games. Even if it's just a little change in your life, what that can do for your family, for your stress level. My goal is to have zero stress. Zero stress. And sometimes that's from the inside, right? The enemy in your head. Okay, back on track though. Flexible Lifestyles is a program and a concept that we are helping you develop some ideas and actually teaching you how to get through these things, teaching you how to develop your ideas and formulate a program that you can actually start making progress in that direction. So I think Flexible Lifestyles is huge. I think it's a tremendous. I think we're going to see trends in the future growing in that space. I think we're going to have a lot of people that are willing to live on less or do more or do something different, and building these platforms for you and helping you build these platforms and helping you develop this platform for yourself and giving you the guidance and instruction and experience that we have is a tremendous value. It's amazing what you can pick up from just a simple webinar. Now, the secret here's the secret, is I can download 200 PDFs a week to teach me a lot of stuff. And if I download them and never read them, they do me no good. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. And the next thing you know, oh yeah, I'm on to the next squirrel thing. Squirrel. Right? So you have to take action. So along with Flexible Lifestyles and some of the things we're doing, we want to create a accountability group with a private Facebook group where we can have conversations with each other and keep each other accountable. Now, I'm part of masterminds. I love masterminding. I have a couple of masterminds that I'm involved in, and we keep each other accountable. We tell each other, it's like, Russ, your idea sucks, and here's why. Or, Russ, that's a great idea. What are you going to do about it? Or, why haven't you done that, Russ? When are you going to get busy to take care of that, Russ? Right? So the deal is you have to take action. You have to be accountable for your own goals, your dreams, your aspirations. You have to imagine this in the future and say, okay, this is the target, this is the goal, this is the mission. And then we work backwards and we build the steps out in order to allow you to accomplish those goals. And by breaking it down that way, it's a very systematic process. And you have to start. You have to start and you have to begin. You can't say yes. Well, maybe you can. Maybe you attend our webinar and you say, it's not really for me, and that's okay. That's okay. Knowing helps you decide. You could decide whether you want to do it, or you can decide that that's not really what you're all about. And trust me, I worked as an employee. I've been an employer. I've been a partner. I've been a freelancer. I've had about every job position you can have. Unemployed, unemployable. The reality is that you have a choice, and people sometimes are shocked by that reality. they're shocked by the fact that, yes, I do have a choice. So if you're interested in having something and doing something, this is going to push you forward, propel you forward, or just change the way you are able to help people, I suggest you join our webinar. If you go to crowdcast.io/agency258 and sign up for the webinar, you can get there. So that's going to be awesome. BE team. Hey, I didn't notice you were here. Awesome. Are you still here? BE team's here. Did you know? A lot of these things we record and then we send it out and then people see it later. So after the recordings. So we're here on this recording every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Arizona time. Sometimes it's 10 a.m. if daylight savings time is here. 11 o'clock Central time in Houston time, where Marian lives. So like I mentioned, Marian's out on a ship right now. She's doing that. So doing well. And BE team, are you there? Would you like to come on stage? Join the room? Where are you from? Marketable life skills in teens through media education, services, and leadership. New Jersey. Awesome. Fantastic. I have friends in New Jersey. So we got about 10 more minutes of the show. You want to come on? Oh, you don't have audio access right now. Well, thank you. Do you have any questions? I'd love to answer any questions you might have. It's always great to have guests and conversation because it's just me lecturing stuff. I mean, I can share all day long. However, if you have a question and you would like some information, I'd be happy to share it. So hopefully this has been valuable and that there's some value here. Otherwise, I would like to do it. It's a great networking tool. I love this. And video, let's talk about video for overall. I've been doing video every single day. I do a video reviewed by Russ, and you can find it on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook Live, and then I have a podcast on Spreaker. It's also on iTunes, and it's called 2-Minute Tips. And so that way, when people go to search for you, or people are finding you, and I'm not promoting this yet, and this is an experiment I started out for the first year, is doing this every single day and showing up. It's like anything else. 90% of what you do is showing up, or 99%, depending on whose quote you quote or you pay attention to. It's like you have to understand that showing up is important. People say, hey, I got a website. I'm going to, it's going to work for me. It's not the way it works. Not anymore anyway. There was a time where if you had a website, you were a big deal and you could get in and get traffic, and, keyword searches were easy to get, and, up in the rankings, it was much easier, not as competitive. And certain keywords were simple and you could rank. That is getting more and more challenging. So what we recommend and what we share and teach is find a niche, find an audience, and develop that audience. Own your real estate, have a website, have an email list, and build a community around any platform, and make sure that you build a relationship with them, because if that platform happens to go away, you want to make sure that you can still connect with your tribe, as Seth Godin says. Build a tribe. Go out and then gather people that are passionate about what you're passionate about. You're teaching the things that you have. If you're in nonprofits, there's a huge opportunity for a nonprofit to benefit from some of these things, and they're cost effective. That's, when I got into advertising in 1985, in outdoor advertising, some of those billboards were incredibly expensive, and you're paying by per 1,000 person projected views. Not that anybody's looking at billboards the way they used to look at billboards now, because the passengers are all on the phone looking at their text messages, sometimes even the drivers. And so that value that was sold and the sense of urgency to do things is really changed and evolved. And Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, they've changed some of the rules. Now, the way, and advertising and marketing is still the same. Advertising and marketing is still the same. The tools are changing. The tactics are evolving. However, it's still, hey, here, I have something you might want to use. If this is you, here's something that can help you. It's either pain or pleasure. You have a reason to purchase. They have a reason to buy, whatever happens to go along with it. So I hope this was helpful. I really appreciate you stopping by. And what's your name? I don't know what your name is. BE team. Lee. Awesome, Lee. I love the fact that you joined us. No worries. Crowdcast is awesome. Cy and the team, Dylan, Aaron, those folks are rock stars in my opinion. And the fact that they just changed the platform, and I'll just give you a little tip, is you can actually now stream, like with Ecamm Live, any kind of broadcasting equipment. So you can bring other cameras on and you can stream live on Crowdcast. It's an amazing platform and I love it. I'm a huge fan. So if you're interested in doing a show or you want to do something like this, I'd be happy to provide, answers to your questions or some guidance if I can. So there again, bookruss.com, Russ at agency258.com. We're on social media. Track us down on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, all of the social medias. And we would love to have a conversation with you. And Marian will be back next week, next Tuesday. We'll be back on our show. She's in Houston. I'm in Arizona. So we'll have the conversation. And also we're going to be bringing guests on occasionally. So check into the show live. If you're not able to check into the show live, it's easy to catch us after the fact. Go to agency258.com, and then on the menu, there's a link called shows. We have our YouTube channel. I also share this on iTunes and as a podcast. So if you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much. If you're watching the show, thank you as well. And we love interaction and activity. And if we can help you in any way, shape, or form, please give us a call, contact us, and track us down. So anyway, Lee, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Love what you're doing in the nonprofit space, because I love nonprofits. I love people that are doing good work. And I appreciate the fact that you stopped in and you took the time out of your busy day to listen to me ramble on about marketing. So marketing ideas at work. And I'm going to wrap up the show. And I just want to make sure that you enjoy your day. Thank you.